SEDI's chairperson, President Mnangagwa, took steps yesterday to reduce tensions surrounding the burial of Zambia's sixth former president, Edgar Lungu, by sending Vice President Constantino Chiwenga to Lusaka to meet with President Hakainde Hichilema. The situation had the potential to worsen. Edgar Lungu, who was 68 years old, passed away on June 5th while receiving medical treatment in South Africa. According to his relatives, the former president had made it clear that he did not want President Hichilema to officiate his funeral. This request led to a confrontation with the current Zambian leader. Responding to the situation in his role as SADC chairperson, President Mnangagwa tasked Vice President Chiwenga to travel as his special envoy to Zambia, aiming to engage in discreet diplomacy and help mediate the disagreement. In an interview later that evening, Mr. George Karamba, Deputy Chief Secretary in the Office of the President and Cabinet, responsible for presidential communications, confirmed that Vice President Chiwenga had indeed been sent as a special envoy by President Mnangagwa. This aligns with the duties of the SADC chair. It also reflects Zimbabwe's traditional preference for discreet, solution-focused diplomacy. As chair of SADC, President Mnangagwa has been paying close attention to the developments in Zambia following the passing of that country's sixth president, as well as the evident conflict between President Hichilema and Mr. Lungu's family. Following consultations with regional stakeholders, the president decided this morning, yesterday, to dispatch Vice President Chiwenga to Zambia to affirm Zimbabwe's and SADC's commitment to a peaceful resolution of the issue. Diplomatic insiders stated that President Mnangagwa's intervention was effective, helping to prevent a crisis from escalating further. If the disagreement had continued, it might have led to the burial of a former president taking place without the presence of the current president. That would have created an unfortunate precedent, one source noted. After his discussion with the Vice President Chiwenga, President Hichilema expressed appreciation for President Mnangagwa's involvement. "We are thankful that you have shared in our sorrow. We do not take our neighbors for granted. When such a gesture is made, it is only proper to acknowledge it. Kindly convey our gratitude to President Mnangagwa," he said. President Hichilema admitted there had been disagreements with the Lungu family, but stated that he would continue to seek dialogue, inspired by President Mnangagwa's guidance. "We've faced challenges with the family, particularly in reaching an agreement regarding funeral arrangements. At this point, we would have preferred to have already announced the program. Nonetheless, we believe a consensus can still be achieved. My strategy as head of state is to prioritize dialogue over confrontation." He emphasized the importance of engaging with the family, listening to their concerns, and understanding their wishes as part of the ongoing effort. "We regret the delay, but we are hopeful that we will soon come to a mutual understanding with the family. Once that happens, we will be able to formally share the funeral arrangements with Zimbabwe through President Mnangagwa and yourself," concluded President Hichilema.